Sir, hello. Sir left the call. Okay.
Students, yes.
Sir, few are waiting in lobby. Could you please admit them?
So only 100 people is admit to our class. Remaining students go for another link. Okay, only 100 people is limit. Once you are left to my class, again you will not rejoin for this class because of only 100 people allowed for the this classroom. So 101 is not applicable for our class. So only limit for the 100 people. Do you want my class means please continue. Once you have left, again rejoin, we not come to our class. That's why I say that. Okay. So yes, anyone, what do you mean by organization? Some people organization it is called company, organization is called something, everything. Any other people give the points.
Sir, organization is a group of people who works in government or in a private set of business.
Good, good. Organization is a group of people jointly working in particular place. It is called government or private. Good. Any other? Okay. So organization, you are understand about for the organization. It is for different kinds of people, different kinds of environment. Those are come to jointly work in particular place is called the organization. Already you know about that you are working in the different organization. So we know about everything. Okay, right. What do you mean by behavior? What do you mean by behavior?
There would be certain rules and regulations which needs to be adapted by the people who work in an organization.
Okay, certain rules and regulation. Yes. Yeah, certain rules and regulation work in particular place. Okay, okay, good. Any other?
Obey the
Okay.
guideline which provided by organization.
Yes, yes, yes. One more thing. Lead and guiding.
Yeah, obey the guideline which provided by organization.
Okay, leading and guiding is so okay, right. So normally, generally, we discussed about the behavior. Behavior mean it is called the it is a response of individual or group to an action in the environment, person, or in the stimulus. For example, we are behave with the one person to other person, what the way of behave to others, that's very important there. But now we know about for organization behavior. Already we know about the organization mean a group of people jointly together work a particular place is called the organization. Upon we have the group of people, different kinds of environment, different kinds of attitude, perception, people. We come to jointly work a particular place is called the organization. Upon our subject is called organizational behavior. About different kinds of perception, attitude, beliefs, our attitude, everything will be changed there. So that's why we study about this subject called organizational behavior. So single person how to behave with others, the group of people how to behave with others. It is called others means other employee, other superior or other co-workers. Those are people how to behave within the organization, the working condition and the environment. That's why this subject called organizational behavior. Other name is called organization psychology. It is called. Okay. Have you understood for the title meaning? Understood or not?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So for organizational behavior, we study about for a three perspective analyze or study. What is the individual perspective, group of perspective, and organization. That's why the subject name is called the organizational behavior. For individual perspective, what is about for the topic or lesson, and the group of perspective, what are the topic or lesson, and organization aspect wise, like for the organization culture, organization climate, and organization conflict. All of you have the
Sir, your
Sir, your voice is breaking.
sir.
material. You have material. Yes or no?
No, sir.
Book. You have a book. Book means there is ID given to the book. The book is soft copy. Other either hard copy is there or not.
Sir, we
Okay.
have a
We have
book
book.
provided by university.
Yes, that's why it is a material. Okay, I ask you that one.
Yeah, we have it.
Okay, right. Okay, not at all issue. So we have discussed for unit wise. So we have discussed about the morely again for the particular topic. So if you have any doubts, we discuss it for the every lesson after that. Okay. Yes, all of you give to the attendance. So everyone put in the message.
Sir, now we have only
Yes,
98% in lobby. Could you allow the new person now?
so only 100 people eligible. We not allowed for the 101. It is not possible. Only remaining 6 or 5 people we come to join. Otherwise, in the Google Meet only is less than 100.
Sir, இப்போ
Okay.
total
Other than
count
we go for
92,
another link.
total count
92
92. இதுக்கப்போ join
only
பண்ணாலும்
8.
it is not allowing.
Yes, only 90 other less than 100 people join for the Google Meet. We want go for the another link. Okay, you go for the some other faculty we taken the class. Please go and join that.
Okay.
So anyone people you are left for the my classroom means again you will not rejoin. I say that again. If you left my class means again we not join for the my class. So you please take on online. So wait, I give given to the attendance to coordinator. So you allow wait and you continue the class.
Hi, is that I'm only the only person that I cannot hear you, or it's a new?
Yes, do you want anything? Tell me.
I cannot hear your voice, sir. That's the reason that I just pinged in.
I'll wait. I put in the attendance to coordinator. Already I tell you.
Okay,
You
sir.
wait 2 minutes. I give to the attendance how many people today attend for my class. I report to my coordinator. Okay. That's why I already told you. Can I visible? Students? Students?
Yes.
Yeah, the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Your screen is visible, sir.
Now
Your screen
visible
is
or not?
visible.
The slide is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, okay. I asked many times. Okay. So the okay, right. So organization discussed what do you mean by organization, what do you mean by behavior. Simply say that organization means how to behave with the how to behave with the individual and group of personnel within the organization working condition and environment. It is called the organization behavior. And another one, organizational behavior is a study and application of knowledge. Study and application of knowledge and how people as individual and as groups act within the organization. So, for example, or individual person how to behave with the individual perspective and group of people act and or behave within the organization is called the organizational behavior. Another one is given for Stephen Robbins. It is an organization behavior. It is a field of study that investigate the impact of individual groups and structure have on behavior within the organization for the purpose of applying such knowledge towards improving organization effectiveness. So, for example, every organization focus that what is the main thing? It is go for the profit maximization. So, profit maximization it is called to improve for the productivity. So, improve for the productivity. This for through for the his subordinate. Otherwise, he is an employee. It is called on the organizational behavior. That's why you go for this subject. It is for organizational behavior. About organizational behavior, it defined the Stephen Robbins. It is organizational behavior is study on the field of study. It is investigate in the impact of individual groups and structure it is called organization. You have on to behavior within organization for the purpose of applying such knowledge improve towards improving the organization effective. So already I will explain what is you study about for the three perspective. One is the individual perspective. Second one, you go for the groups. Third one is the organization. Organization is called is a structure. Organization, hierarchy, superior, subordinate. Those are aspects we study about the organizational behavior. So that is called the organizational behavior definition. It defined by Professor Stephen Robbins. Stephen Robbins is defined for this definition. Students, have you understood for the meaning or definition?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You go for
Yes, sir.
another.
Sir,
All
I
of you
am
understood
sorry.
for this topic? What
Yes,
do you
sir.
mean by organization behavior? But organization behavior is defined as is the field of study in the impact of individual groups and structure have on the behavior with the organization for the purpose of applying such knowledge towards improving the organization effectiveness. It is called a definition. Next, we discussed about for the nature of the organization behavior. So the organization behavior we have defined for the subject. We have the multi perspective. For it is called it is focused for behavior of individual perspective. Already we know about that. Individual person means individual we have the psychological aspect, personality, perception, attitude, how to behave with the individual person with other individual person. That is called. We know about for the focus for behavior of individual. Second one, interdisciplinary. So organization behavior, the subject is called integrated to the different subject like for the psychology, political science, and will be the organization behavior, organization structure. These elements of this field you have developed and this subject is called interdisciplinary. So interdisciplinary, it is for psychology, sociology, anthropology. These are aspects you have developed a theory and will be concept. That is called second one. It is applied science. So science means already you know what do you mean by science? What do you say
Hello.
that science?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir,
Can
sorry to
tell
interrupt.
me.
சாரி டு இன்டரப்ட். சார் இப்போ லாபியில் 95 தான் இருக்காங்க. நீங்கள் இப்போ அலோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா பீப்புள் கேன் ஜாயின்.
Already I told you, only for the less than 100 people allowed. In case I due to for some network, like I tell you, I left for the group means I cannot join to again this Google Classroom Meet. Those are people who go for another link. Okay, you have the today you have the 4 or 5 faculty taking the classes. So you are interested, go for the another link. That's why important. Okay. And already last classes only for the 38 to 48 students there. Today classes you have the 98 students there, 94. I allowed means cannot find again will be that. Only 3 people admitted.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, once the session will end, then you can send this PPT to us, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Send to the section tomorrow is at 12:45. Okay. I send to after 12, tomorrow 12:45. Okay. I not send to in between. So everything I
Okay,
have
okay.
finished already. There's a material your book.
Okay, so the end of the session you will send this tomorrow,
Yes,
right?
yes. End of the section tomorrow. Tomorrow also you come to my class. You attended. After that I send it for the Google Classroom meet.
Okay, okay.
Okay. It's a science means it is a principles and will be the some procedure. For example, Newton third rule. Every action opposite a equal reaction. Equal reaction. It is proof defined by Newton. So Newton third rule is defined by this definition. So science means we follow to the systematic procedure, policy and rules and regulation. Those aspects we follow to in the organization. That is called it is called applied for science. So this is for applied aspect of science. So for example, already you studied in the principles of management, Hawthorne experiment, Elton Mayo and Henry Ford. Those are the everything is a science. So already you prove it for the particular experiment in the particular organization or company. That's why it is called science. Next one, art as well as science. Art means creativity thinking. You have for example, F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, creativity ideas like for the mental revelation and the factic study, motion studies, time study. Those are studies based on the creativity thinking and developed for the those study concept. What is that? We want for the efficiency of the from the workers based on the differential piece rate system. So, for example, normally XY is a normal working for the only productivity normal level. OE is the increases for the more than. So, how can we different that? So, based on the remuneration. That's why I adopted for the piece rate system. So, these aspect everything, creativity and new innovation, everything you followed by the is a art. Next, adopt the humanistic approach. So, everyone we want for a humanistic aspect, you understand and analyze for the employee. That's why important that. Next one, it is ultimate aim to attain the organization objectives. Every organization objectives profit maximization through for the maximum production and more sales. That's why important. So maximum production through for the more productivities. That is called input divided by output. The time to of activity. It is called the efficiency. For example, 1 hour, how many unit produced by the employee? Otherwise, 1 minute, how many produced? How many product produced? That's why it is called the efficiency. This is for the nature of organizational behavior. Students, have you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next we go for the what are the objectives of organizational behavior? First one, it is a describe the behavior. For example, everything we want for say example, you are appointed for the particular organization. So first of all, you go for it is interact to all others immediately. What is that? First of all, you understand that those are people behavior important there. Okay, X, what is that? Y, what is that? And Z, was it that? That's why. So X is a calm person, Y is an angry person, this is for negative person. Some kind of people is there. So your organization, first of all, you describe for the behavior. So what kind of behavior for you behave with in the organization? That's very important. Second, understand. So understanding those are behavior, attitude, and what's the way
Sir,
of
in the
thoughts
notes
and
explain
everything we
பண்ணீங்களா
have
sir
analyzed
boardல?
that.
Sir?
Already I told you, ma, I send it, ma. After classes, I send it.
Okay sir,
Those
thank
are
you sir.
notes, everything, your handbook. Okay.
Okay sir.
Okay. Third one, predicate the behavior. Third one, so predicate the behavior means everything people you have for the some kind of behavior you have the against for the organization. So in the organization, we not for the some the group of activities and the group of people you have defined. So the risk quality you analyze there. Then influence of behavior. For example, individual perspective, you go for the job, that's not problem. So group of people you go for the can go for the trade union or strike or lockout, these kind of activities you have followed by the all the employees. That's why we want that. So these aspect we have analyzed for the organizational objectives. Next one, elements of organizational behavior. Already I have discussed about the elements. First of all, people. People means individual, group, and everything. Structure, organization hierarchy, top level, middle level, lower level. And the technology. Now is for the technology. What kind of technology adopted in the organization? Now everything is a technology oriented to the information. So everything, last 10 years back, everything is manual work. Now is a technology upgradation. It is called knowledge upgradation. It is called technology. So that's why we follow to the everything computerized work and software and everything is there. How to simplify that work? We do for the computer software. That is called. We want for the manual work. You're not there. You have the program. Just you go to the input, you get for the output based on the program software program, many of things there. So next one, the environment. So now if you know about the environment means, so environment is the total all of the things that affect for the organization and the operation. That is called environment. Whether it is for the internal environment, external environment. This is a major part of the in the organization. For example, internal environment within the organization, it is called controllable factors. We want change under our convenient way. For example, company objectives, company vision, mission, company policy, company activities, everything based on the internal environment. You want for the company development, you want changes for the organization hierarchy, you develop for the department within yourself, you change that. But it's external environment, we not change our uncontrollable or unpredictable factors. For example, demographic environment and the technological environment, social and cultural environment, and it will be the political and legal environment. This environment we not change there. We want change. That's why. That is, for example, demonetization. The demonetization implemented 2008 November midnight 8th. It is implemented. So the demonetization affected the total economy. So that is called. So GST. These are the economic environment, and due to for COVID. Also, all the business it comes down. That is for the this is one of the environmental factors. These are the everything called. It is discussed for the what are the elements of organization behavior. Next one, explain for the importance of organizational behavior. So importance of organization behavior, first one, to secure better labor management relationship. Do you want further relationship between the employee and the employer? That is important there. Because of the smooth relationship, to cordial relationship you develop for the organization development. So you want further relationship build and develop for the better productivity. For example, salary or remuneration and the incentives, bonus, at the same time proper working condition and environment, those aspects given to the employee. Second, identify the individual difference. So individual difference wise we have clarification and will be variation. For example, X is normally productivity is very less, but Y is productivity is more. So that is called you give to the incentive scheme. Otherwise you give for the overtime, you give to the additional remuneration. That's why everyone you go for that's why. So you want for identity individual different and overcome resistance. The management you know about for the decision and what the kind of behavior within the organization, and we want for the what is the environmental factors affect to the organization. That's why you have analyzed there. Then will be to understand the group behavior. So group activities directly affected to the organization activities because of the group people did not involvement for the job means ultimately the production will come down. So we want for the understand the group behavior. And next, providing counseling. So, for example, in the conflict among for the employees itself, so we provide to the counseling, whether regarding for the personal issue or mental issue or will be health issue, other family problem, whatever it within the colleague is a problem means we have identify, we have give to the solution, we rectify for those problem or issue to changes for the human being attitude and behavior. To manage conflict is important that the human resource manager, we have the conflict among for the employer or employee, within employee, those are the conflict arises from the management within the organization. You have identified due to the solution and develop for the organization. So this is for the importance of organization behavior. Next one we discussed about for the describe the concept of organizational behavior. What are the concepts? Students,
Yes, sir, we are here. Your voice is breaking. That's why. Sorry, sir.
okay, okay, I continue. Wait.
Sir, your voice is breaking. Check
2 minutes.
please.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Wait. Students, 2 minutes. Wait. Students, all of you understood?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Students, have you understood these points, above points?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Describe of the concept of organization.
Sir, still your voice is breaking, sir.
Already we discussed individual difference. So individual person have different attitude, behavior, personality. Now it's audible? Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Students, now it's audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, okay. Concept of organizational behavior. So first of all, individual difference. So everyone we have the attitude. Yes, okay. So everyone we want for the differentiate among for the behavior. That is the individual difference. Perception. Perception, how to perceive the particular image or stimulus. That's why we have that. For example, what do you think about your cognitive mind? That's why you have perceive for the any picture, image, anyone perceive on the motivation itself. Your manager means you motivate to his employees. That's why important. And empowerment. So we want for the what is the involvement for the particular person and particular work. That is called your involvement for the particular work. That is called retain for the that work. That is called we have developed for the more productivity and organization development. And dignity of labor. Labor we want for the respect. We give to respect. We give to responsible the superior, you have the respect to him for everyone. So superior respect to his employees. What is everything we want that. And the social system. Social system means you are the social relationship. So superior, subordinate, and subordinate superior. Those are relationship you have built within the organization. That is called interpersonal relationship. So these
Sir,
aspect
your
we want
screen
for
is not visible, sir.
you wait again. I will be share it. Now is look at the screen or not?
Yeah, it is visible, sir, now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now yes, yes. So next we have discussed about for the Hawthorne experiment. So already said what will be Hawthorne experiment? You say that anybody explain about Hawthorne experiment? Students, anyone say that what do you mean by Hawthorne experiment? Explain. What is to say that Hawthorne experiment? Anyone? Already you studied in principles of management. Whether you know the answer or not. Students? Yes or no?
No, sir, no idea.
No idea. Okay. So Hawthorne experiment defined by George Elton Mayo. It is a chief mechanical engineer and Chicago, the USA. We have conducted for this experiment. It is called based on the experiment based on the human behavior. It is called the Hawthorne experiment or the human relation behavior theory. So theory based on the experiment conducted by Hawthorne plant in Chicago in USA. That is called as the Hawthorne experiment. So the experiment we have four way of we have conducted. First one elimination experiment. Elimination experiment means that means of it's a lighting variation. So give to the properly lighting for the particular room in the working place in room. Another room, it is improper lighting for the particular working area. So what is the level of impact there? Whether properly you give to the working lighting, we have improved the productivity. That's why I identify for the this experiment. Second one, relay assembly test room experiment. It is the experiment is conducted for the the group of people, six female group, you have two kind of people, whether you have the relationship between those are people in working condition and productivity, whether increase or not. So based on the, you have assessment from the this experiment, relay assembly test room experiment. Third one, mass interview program. It is randomly asked for the all the employees what is your emotional feelings about for the particular job and the working condition. That's why I asked from the in the interview program. So there is a mass interview program. And the fourth one, bank wiring observation. This experiment based on the 14 group of female workers connected to telephone equipment. They are monitor and observation from the in the experiment. They are able to work or involvement to work or not. Whether involvement means what the way of involvement or not. That's why I assess for the this experiment, Hawthorne experiment. So this experiment
Sir,
it is called yes.
can you please tell me again the assembly test room again?
Wait. Someone who's on the mic, please unmute your mic, otherwise leave the group. Yes. Okay. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
It's visible, sir.
First one we have illumination experiment. It is a lighting. So you know about the light. The light varies to different. One is a. It is for separate room for the two group of people. That is whether increase or not. That is a lighting. Relay assembly is this for the assessed for the telephone wireless is connected to those are people whether work or not. That is called assessment for the whether is supporting for the environment and working condition and productivity increase or not. Other relay assembly test room experiment. Mass interview program. This interview program based on a randomly asked for the employees. It is whether a working condition and feelings or sentiment among for the particular job or not. That is called assessment for the employee. Bank wiring observation is a group of people. It is for the connectivity for the particular organization, whether increase for the productivity or not. So whether increases mean whether what the way of increases. This is called a bank wiring observation, group observation experiment. So this is for the Hawthorne experiment. Next one, OB models. OB model, organizational behavior model, autocratic models, custodial models, supportive and collegial models. Autocratic, you know about authority itself. So it is called centralization. That is called we want everything be followed by the hierarchy. You follow that. That model is called autocratic. And custodial models means it is called everything. It is based on the employee need and what is the necessity. That's why you have identified due to the employee benefits or employee development. That's why you have custodial model. Third one, supportive model, and we analyze for the is subordinate. In the subordinate, what is the need and the assessment. If you are group of people, what is the need or particular necessity for the particular working environment or condition. Let's say supportive model. Then one be collegial model. So the group of person we have how to complete the group task. That is called we want for the collegial model. So collegial model is a department or section. Those are people you have jointly we have connected. You have complete that is for motivation theory, positive behavior, negative behavior. X theory is a negative behavior, Y theory is a positive behavior. So negative and positive means positive people just give to the command, you followed the work and completed the task. We not any time you will not insist for every time. So he know about the information, he understood for the command or instruction, and you follow that. That is called a positive individual behavior. Negative means did not involvement to the any job or work. So every time just insist and focuses are influenced for that people. It is called negative individual behavior. So this is for the positive and negative. Next one, factor influencing individual behavior chart. So this is for the what are the factor influencing for individual behavior. For example, in the X, the behavior within the environment, what's the factors influence from the his person, that person. That is called the personal factor, psychological factors, organizational factors. And the so personal factor means whether it's age and sex, education, marital status, potential. The age which we have different way of behavior there. For example, teenage and child and will be the for the in the bachelor and in the household and the elder person and with the senior citizen. Those are people we have different there. Based on that the age determined by the behavior and the sex also we have that determined that the age will be come to that level. That's called behavior will be different there. That is called we have the men or women, whatever it is, whether girl or boy, other is for the everything. This is for the change for the behavior and the education also. The education also we improve for the attitude and behavior. For the illiterate people, we don't know for the knowledge about particular area or particular field or particular, but education peoples we know about that. That is a confidence level, and they'll be will have the thinking about the perspective in future way. So those are people who come to the education and marital status wise we have the behavior. Before marriage we have the some way of behavior. After marriage you have responsibility and duties from the family itself you have the determined for the every activities. This is for the marital potential. So what is the potential requirement for the each and every person? So we want to develop your career development based on your attitude and behavior at the itself for your education. This is for the personal factors wise. Second one, psychological factors. So psychological factors like us for the personality, perception, attitude, and values learning. So this is for the psychologically. So personality, someone we have the influence itself. For example, attitude, behavior, way of dress code, and way of speech, way of oral representation. So this is for personality, perception, attitude. So everything we have in in-depth explanation of upcoming classes. And the organizational factors like for the nature of job. So organization be nature of job description. So what is your job in particular department or section? What way of behave with others or how to behave for your superior? That's why we want that. And job security. So job security is based on the your working condition, the your productivity of your work. You not more than productivity, but you have the only for the less productivity means you have the decided for the organization. We have remuneration. We have the remuneration is for waste. That's time we are leave to for the organization. So you want the more productivity. We have secure of your job. Otherwise, you not get for the your job in permanently for a particular organization. Working environment like for the proper ventilation and lighting span, and we have the restroom, we have the work drinking water. Those are available in organization or not. That's why you have understood that. And will be pay benefits like for the remuneration due to two reasons. One is underemployment, second one unemployment problem. So many of people will not join for the as reasonable wages, reasonable salary or remuneration. So for example, in the people you have the completed in engineering, B engineering, you go and join for the very 8,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 salary. So based on it due to underemployment, second one unemployment. Those problems you come there. This is for we have for the style. So who want that this kind of leadership you follow there based on the nature of organization and the working condition. And environmental factors, already we have economic condition. Economic condition like for the political system and the political, so economic condition based on it is for the economic system, economic policy, economic procedure. Those are changes ultimately we have affected for the organization or the operation. For example, demonetization, GST, those are implemented to the policy or adopted for our country. We have affected the organization and operation activities. Technological changes. Now you say technology will have the changes also affected the business, government policies. Government immediately we increases for the GST for the following product and materials. So these are the means we have affected the business. Cultural environment defined for the cultural, what the way of cultural. So cultural also we affected for the individual behavior. For example, now you know about that within our Chennai city. For Chennai city, we followed for the dress code also dress styling for the human behavior, attitude and this behavior and changes in the environment. So based on the whether like for the men's also women's men so men's also we have the jeans pant we have the some places is holds there some places for the it is not proper manner for the dress code. So this is for the you affected for the, your attitude and behavior in future. So we want the proper dress code. We want go for the, what the way of behavior in the environment. What the way of people look out for that dress code. So we assess for the different perspective for the you use wearing for the dress code important there. So these are the everything's called factor influence of the individual behavior chart. Next one, personality. Students,
The screen is not visible, sir.
yes, screen. Yes, tell me.
Screen is
Screen is
not
black.
visible.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Not visible. So what do I got there? Wait. Now is screen visible,
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
students?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So anybody, what do you mean by personality? Any idea about that? Anybody? What do you mean by personality? Generally, I ask you. You're not for the related to our OB. Generally,
Appearance.
appearance good.
Dress
Character.
code.
Yes, yes. One by one.
Characters.
Yes,
Characters.
yes. Characters good.
Behaviors.
Behavior good.
Dress
Any other
code.
point? Dress code important good.
Our attitude.
Attitude very very important point. Next. Any other? You say everything point is correct. Is called the personality. So many of people we think about personality, beauty. That is called like for the cine actor, like for Ajit Vijay. Those are cine actors, and it be heroines, hero. That's not for personality. Personality means it is called inner characteristics and how to behave with others and others. It is called. So you like for your appearance, you like for your dress code, we not for the face. It did not for the determined for beauty. It is not determined by It is determined by the attitude and behavior, how to behave with others. That's why that attitude and the behavior is an inner characteristics and how to behave with others. It is called the personality. So the personality given to the personality can be described as how a person affect others, how he understands and views himself, and here pattern of inner and outer measurable traits. That is called the personality. So inner and outer characteristics is important there. Inner means your attitude and behavior, and the outer means how to behave with others. X how to behave with Y. That's why personality. You look for the appearance important than the appearance means you have to look for the your dress code and what is the way of your dress. That is called your appearance. That's why important. We not for determined for the does not define by your beauty. Beauty does not matter. We want for the your attitude. Many of people beauty is there, but it's not for the attitude and behavior character. That's not for like. Does not like. What is that? It's not for the many of people face is not for the unbeauty, but is a character attitude is good. So that's why important that. So personality is it is for determine how to behave with the individual, and personality is determined by the inner and characteristics how to behave with others. It is called the personality. Next one, personality again given for the definition. Personality may be understood as the characteristics, patterns of behavior, and the modes of thinking, and that determine person adjustment to the environment. It is called personality. Next one, factor determining personality. What are the factors they are determining? First of all, hereditary factors. For hereditary factors means you have the generation by we come to the factors. Some mannerism, like for say that it is for example, you like that for your grandfather, what is the attitude and behavior? You come to your father. Father come to for the attitude and behavior itself you. So that is called the mannerism for the genetic way come to for some mannerism or thinking way of attitude, tone, whatever it. That is called the hereditary factors. So hereditary factors based on the physical appearance, are they either mental or psychological quality of person, whatever it you come on your brain or your body. That's why it is called the hereditary factors. Second one, social factors. Social factors like for the your parents' genes or parent gene, like for the your parent, what the way of behavior, attitude, and what the way of the behave with others. That's why you come there. At the same time, your teachers, your co-workers, your peer groups, those are people, your attitude you like, you follow that. For example, myself, my professor, he say that some important points or some procedure policy means we have the, some principles. We follow it myself in our life also. That's why important that for it is for the social factor. Society related, you come together, you get the knowledge or your information to adopt it. You have the followed by the, your life to life, day to day life, or your life of journey. That is called social factors, like for the parents, teachers, and peer group. And situational factors are circumstance factors. So that situation we come to, for example, like for the circumstance factor or situational factors, some person you know about the movie, some twins people for the hero. So same twins, we have the different environment you are living and growing for the that people, like for the so different environment they have the differently we have the attitude and behavior there. That is called the environment different determined by the in the society or we growing for the particular places, and the environment determined in another places. That is called, for example, simply you say that you go for the slum area, Vyasarpadi and the Vote area. This area people, we not were developed those are people. We have the slang or tone, everything is changed. That's why you go for the in the developed in Anna Nagar. Those are people who are differently there. That people have the upper classes, upper middle classes and middle class people there in Anna Nagar. Majority, those people behavior changes there. So we want that that is called in the circumstantial or situational. You have determined for the your growing of the attitude and behavior. That's very important. It says for it is determined for the situational factors. Next one, factor influencing personality behavior. What are the factors influencing for the personality behavior? First of all, we know about for the communication skill. What do you mean by communication? Anybody say that? What do you mean by communication? Anybody you know about
The
what do
thoughts
you mean
that
by
we want
communication?
to communicate with others in a clear manner. Thoughts that we want to
Students?
clear. The thoughts.
Yes, good, good.
Hello.
Any other? Yes, you say right, right. Any other people you say communication?
Interacting
Yes,
with the
can I audible?
peoples.
Can I audible or not?
The
Interacting
way we
with people is
communicate
good.
with others.
Okay. Any other point?
Conveying the things.
Yes, yes, one more. Behavior? Yes, yes. What is there?
It's a exchange of
Okay.
written or speaking
Conveying
communication.
the information. Okay, good. You say everything is called communication. So communication is the process of exchanging between one or more people, like as emotion, feelings, thought, and you have your ideas or opinions. Everything you will have the one person to another person, interchanging or be exchanging between the one or more person. It is called the communication. For example, it also will be it is a love. Love also one of the communication among for in the tool. It is called love. In the interpretation with the non-verbal communication. Already we know we come for the properly briefly explain about from the communication subject. Communication verbal and non-verbal. That's why non-verbal we not spoke or written anything. We have interacted with the facial expression, eye movement, and we have for the some body structure expression. This is called the non-verbal. So communication skill is important to the personality behavior. So good personality person we have the much more knowledge and transference of information that person to another. That is important. Communication. This is important one and will be so communication was second one im question im so what is that in questionnaires that is called we want for the concerning work and time and keep for the your effort to learn. For example, we learn about learning about something. It is for the we spend with the time and we have that work important there. Everything learning is a continuous process, the result of the your past experience or without your life. It is important there. About learning today we learn about the particular concept mean someone time that the concept will come to your mind in future, like for the future means tomorrow or after tomorrow, 1 year or 2 years, 5 years or 10 years, whatever it. That's so important there. Next one, tolerance. Tolerance, we know about the everything. It is called everyone. We want that tolerance. Without tolerance, cannot do for any work or cannot sustainable in the particular job or in the environment or the society, whatever we want that. Self-esteem, that is called self-esteem means we want for the status, like for the we want for the luxurious life, we not for like everyone. We want at least we have the own house, we have the car, we have bike, or without any loan amount, whatever it, we have the peaceful life in our mind, your life. That is called self-esteem. Self-esteem after we go over self actually is a super ego. That is people we have the over will be that that's so important that next one desire for the domination. Do you want for the domination means some people you have dominated with you, that is called. What is the reason? You don't know someone knowledge, you lack of some knowledge, you don't know something. That is not for quality of itself or your mind. You have there some people dominated by you. That's why you have that developed for your knowledge or skill. You have the knowledge or skills, ultimately you have respect from others. That is why you have the much more knowledge. You don't know knowledge means this is not for more knowledge. You are equal that. That is why we want that achievement need. We want for achievement, self achievement important that if you go for the next level, we want the achievement. You go for the self-esteem life, like for you want own house and own car without no loan amount. You have the better job, better life means we want the achievement. We want the achievement. You desire for your goal. Desire for your vision. How to complete that vision or goals in future. That's why you have working in progress, working doing the work in doing the work in that way. That is important. That and extroversion. We want for the within the interaction with the group and the interaction with your colleague, everything we want the assessment, the locus of control. So we want for the control itself your job or job work and your everything. So based on the everything, job satisfaction determined for the your job and job knowledge. And maximalism it is for the influence for the achieving for the co-workers. It is for the sake of the your co-workers how to achieve for that goals. The important that this is called maximalism. Next one, draw for the personality development. So is theories is for the personality theories. For example, personality theory, it is a determined trait theory and the body built structure theory. For example, we know about for the personality theories, like for the trait theory, you look out for that picture, the lean, medium or high fat of people. So these kind of people behave will be changer. The lean people, the physical structure lean, that people have the behavior some way, and will be medium level of in the physical structure people behave with the variated from the lean people. And fat people, we have the very belly of people that we have different behavior. That is called body and build and structure wise we have. And the psychological wise, ID and ego, super ego. The ID means the individual. Psychological, we have inherited psychological impulse for a tribe. For example, individually you have the your heredity, your brain itself. Ego means you have the interaction among for the you with a group of people. So it is classified to the your ego. So he is a very good person. Myself also, that is called your domination among for those people. It is for a ego. Super ego means it is for myself. It is for good person. All of you my under control. You have the I am the leader. You do no knowledge for other than people. That is called over enthusiasm. That is people myself. I am a great person. Itself is said. We say that something. It is called super ego. So that is called the psychoanalytical theory. Next one will be social learning theory. So social learning theory, we have the learn about the something. Everyone we learn about from the others, other environment, other society, whatever. For example, any one person he come to join in the organization from rural area. One person he joined to the organization from he come from the rural area and out of Chennai. You don't know knowledge or you don't know about the culture and behavior, but you learn about others. That is called society, and we follow that way of culture and behavior, everything. That's why everyone we followed in the Chennai culture. That is called it is called a social learning theory. And the self theory, self image, ideal, self looking, class self, everything. Next, we discuss about the perception. Students,
Yes, sir.
have you understood for the personality? Have you understood or not?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one, perception. Perception means how to perceive the particular image or picture and interpret for the your interpret for the your meaningful image or picture. It is called it is called perception. For example, your cognitive mind you think reflector. For example, some circle or something will be say that. You look at some people, you think about it, this is for jongri, this thing for the some circle, this link for the some wire or rope will be connected. So those are people think about that only. That is called we come to say the answer. That is called the perception. So how to perceive or interpret for the particular image or picture, other it is called the perception. And Stephen or B. Robbins is defined by perception, and we define the process by which individual organize and interpret their sensory impression in order to give the meaning to their environment. Sensory impression, like for the already you know about the eye, mouth, nose, and ear, and will be the tongue. These for the five sensory impression. How to interpret for the sensory impression, how to interpret and give to the meaning to their environment. For example, but if directly you go for eat in the particular outlet, we not you look at for picture way, we not get for the your that is called your food and everything. We have the some changes. We have the some, but the quality is not for the eat at that time. You learn it. You will have understood. That is called the perception. About you have many of the, for example, same aspect. In Flipkart, Amazon, everything. You look out for the particular shirt or pant, whatever electronic site, you look out good, but you immediately, instantly order for the particular things or goods. But you get the your particular product or the things, you look at the changes there, the color or which color or these features, everything changes there. What is the reason? You have perceived that way, but it's not rather. That is called your expectation. You have think about particular, or you have see about particular. You have variation. That is called. So how to perceive particular things? That is called the perception. So you understood perception, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next one, process of perception. The process of perception means, for example, in the receiving stimuli, organizing stimuli, checking stimuli, selection stimuli, interpreting, reacting stimuli. So, for example, your cognitive mind, what do you think about? That is called perception. For example, I say that, what is a Lee? Lee, what do you remember for the Lee? Related any product, any name or anything? Anybody say that? What do you mean Lee? Lee related to any name or food item, whatever it. You say, think about that. You say, answer. Students, you tell me, is there or not? You think about Lee, some name or some food item, whatever it. You say that. Anyone? Students?
Sir, could you repeat your question, please?
Lee related some name or food item or anything. You remember your mind, you say.
It can be anything, sir. It can be.
Yes, yes. You say everything answer, you say that. Yes,
So the name followed by Lee,
Lee, yes. Name
Bruce
or food
Lee,
item, whatever it, anything. Yes.
Bruce Lee, Atlee, Lee.
Ah, yes, that is called Bruce Lee, Jet Lee, Italy, Anjali, Kamali. Yes.
Rajpatli.
Rajbadali, this is name recover for your mind, that is called stimuli. Okay. Stimuli means your mind already that name or whatever food or whatever things, whatever you have recognized. That's why immediately you say answer. Okay. That is called the stimuli. That is called, we know for the receiving stimuli means receiving for the object. Object means your picture, image, or name, or whatever you recognize your cognitive mind. That way, I ask for that name, immediately say Anjali, Kamali, Italy, Jetli, Bruce Lee, everything. It is called will be the process of perception. So process of perception means already you perceived the particular image or picture or name or food item, whatever it you have recognized it. That's why you are, that is called receiving stimuli, selecting stimuli, and organizing stimuli, and will be the interpreting stimuli and the mindset and the stereotyping, attribution, hollow effect, and contextual influence, and checking stimuli and reacting stimuli. These are the points we come on for the. It is a process of perception. Okay, students. All of you understood for the this today
Yes,
we
sir.
have discussed for this lesson,
Yes, sir.
organizational behavior and the personality, and then will be the perception. Three we have discussion. Anything? Anybody doubts regarding this one? Your discussion again.
Let's move on, sir. It's clear, sir.
Anybody? Okay, clear. Can I visible? Can you visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next we discussed motivation. So we want motivation from the others. That is called. We, for example, our school studies also in everything motivation. So what is the motivation? Every day given from homework. Every day given from the teacher. Give the work of homework. But everybody did not completed work. Only for the 30 people or 40 students or 30%. So that means what is a good, very good in the impression to others. That is called motivation. So motivation important to the every human life and also will be the organization. Motivation means it's a process of stimulating people to action to accomplish for the desired goals. Ultimately, what is the desired goals? The school teacher, everyone we have completed for the homework. That is, we reason that they have understood for the subject and then will be completed for everyone. That is called everyone we get for the good mark and pass for the that subject. That is for the desired goal. That's why the motivation means process of stimulating people to action to accomplish the desired goals. So ultimately action, what is the motivation? You give for the that one, ultimately everyone will. For example, in organization also the minimum as per Companies Act will be 1956 is was to do the 8 hours. But due to underemployment, unemployment, you have the 9.5 hours, 10 hours, or 10.5 hours, whatever it difference from the various organization. What is it? We give to the additional hours in the production related organization and company. Minimum this is for hours. After you go for the overtime, you give to some amount. What is the reason? You have the involvement for the after in the working hours. We want some remuneration out of it. Due to the overtime. So overtime, what is that? As hourly basis, how much of amount you even from the company or organization. There is a motive. So motivation means it's a process of stimulating people. How to stimulating and inspiration to action to accomplish the desired goals. It is called the motivation. Motivation. Have you understood, students?
Yes, sir.
Students, yes.
Sir.
Next, the process of yes, yes. Tell me. So already it is given for the motivation, given for the pictures. We represent to everything. You know about that. It is for challenges, development, and power, opportunity. So goals, support, everything. So every organization we want the motivation. So motivation we every in school life and life too for the our in the human life being life everything we want motivation. Without motivation cannot complete it for the your expecting result or goals or whatever it. Next process of motivation. So process of motivation following stages. First First one, recognition of unfulfilled needs. We want the need, any job or any work. I have the money, why I go for working and get the salary or remuneration? I have much more amount, I have it, why go for the work? So many of the upper high class people and upper high class people, those are people you have that, I much more amount, you crore or lakhs of amount you have it, why I go work in someone organization? That's why you go for the recognition of the unfulfilled needs. We want for the unfulfilled needs through for the earnings only. For earnings only means you go for the job, you get the salary or remuneration. That's why you go there. Second one, finding the way out to satisfy the same. We want for the satisfaction. Every employees, you want the satisfaction from the job until we get the salary. We not get the satisfaction among the salary and the job. Based on the only in the government sector get for the more salary, and the private sector in go for the in the IT companies we get for the more salary. Other than the production unit and trading and shipping, those are the company organization you get for the very less amounts of salary because of due to for the we want the satisfaction means you go for the that much of work you get for the salary due to for the unemployment. Second one, underemployment. That's why this problem came in the world, came in our country. That's why you have the second one. Third one, fulfillment of need. So everyone we want the need. For example, in the basic or psychology need. So basic and psychologically food, water, shelter, cloth, and everything. This is for everyone. We want that one. That is called will be the basic. So that need we have completed. You go for the another need. So for example, X joined for the job. He has salary for the 15,000. So 1 year get the earnings or experience from the job. After you go for another company, get the salary of 22,000. So that is called need will be created there. We have the expenditure, we have the lifestyle, we go for a dress code, we have the spending, the expenses. These are aspect you go there. Discovery of new need. New need means you have the, you think about the new need. For example, in 5 or 6 years back or 7 years back, this mobile phone is for a it's a luxury one. Luxury means it is for the expensive product, but is now is a essential one. Everyone we want the mobile phone because of contact for a particular person or contact to everyone. That is important there. So next one, financial and non-financial incentives. So motivation based on the financial and non-financial. Financial monetary aspect due to the employee and the develop for the work and the job. And non-monetary means you cannot give for the salary or incentives, but you have recognition, you have the responsible work and accountability. That's why it is called the non-financial and the financial. For non-financial, do not involve the money benefits. They are the important motivating the employees for the job security. For example, non-beneficiary means job security given to the everyone is a more work in the organization means because of job security. Already I explained. So we want the job security means you give to the more productivity from the organization. That's why you expect from the every employer or owner. That's why important. Challenging workers, so we want for challenging. It's a very new responsibility or accountability you carry out. You have the responsibility to complete the task because of you are the getting from the responsible work from the your superior. Important recognition. You have completed your task as schedule of time. You are recognition from the your superior. That's why important. Better destination. After that, you have completed your work involvement, you have experience. That's why you go for the next level with the promotion or with the increases for your destination or increases for the your responsible additional responsible work. That's why you improve there. Next one, opportunities for advancement. So one of the opportunity we have improve for itself. It is called everyone we want go for the next level. Give for the responsible work. How to complete the schedule of time. That is important. And the participation in decision making. So you are the responsible person in the organization. Means you not expert from the monetary aspect. Only get for the salary or remuneration for the working. Other than additional work, we not expert to anything. Means you are the participation in decision making. You are opinion about some decision regarding in the development of organization. You are recognizing. You are attend for the meeting. You are opinion discussion. Everything. These aspects the non-monetary or non-financial incentives. This is for the motivation, financial and non-financial motivation. Students, is there online or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So now, yes, now we will for the break for 15 minutes and start with the second section. So all of you staying for the online. After 11:15, you start for the second section. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Students,
Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Now is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next we will discuss about the theories of motivation. First theory, Maslow hierarchy need theory, Max Krikos X and Y theory, and Ochi Y theory, and
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Hertzberger two-factor theory, Maxwell need theory, and Vigrum. Yes, are you audible, students? Students,
Now, okay, sir.
students, how is audible or not?
Yes, audible.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're
Okay,
audible.
it's audible.
Yeah, you can continue now, audible.
Right. Okay. 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 So first theory we have the Maslow hierarchy need theory. So it is called Abraham Maslow is the developed the theory that is known called Maslow hierarchy. Hierarchy means it is called pyramid. It's a top level, lower level measure. That's why we go for the hierarchy. In the grade that is called pyramid, it is called the hierarchy. The hierarchy theory first one we go now for the basic needs. Basic needs, psychological needs, already we have discussed for the food, water, shelter, cloth and everything. This is for every human being, they want for that one, that is called. That is called psychological needs and the safety needs. Once you have completed for that needs, you go for the safety. We like for the savings, you like for protecting your life, for how you want for the house, own rent. We want protecting for the, those are people come to our home. So everything we want for the proper protecting your life means safety or security. Then we go for the social needs. Once we have completed safety or security, social needs means we want for the relatives, friends, colleague or peer groups, whatever. That people you come to any occasion, we invite. Any occasion that people invite you, you go attend. That way we want that social interaction, social needs important there. So social needs important. So whatever need we have that, and it will be self-esteem. Self-esteem means you want for the prestige or status. You like for the own house or own car or will be without no loan amount, whatever it. We have the you have a peaceful life. You go that way. You want for the self-esteem. Next one, self-actualization. Yes. Yes. Next will be social, self-actualization needs. These needs we go for the highest one. That person may have these needs we go for the last one, self-actualization. That needs we go for the highest one. So who reach for the very much level of money and everything. That is called the I am the best person in the city. I am the best person in the country. I have the one person in the that way have the over enthusiasm. That people it is called self-actualization. So these are kinds of need. It is called Maslow hierarchy need theory. The theory we describe by the pyramid way, that is called Maslow hierarchy need theory. what is our psychological needs, and already given that information, and we want that. And we go for the next one. Mac record X and Y theory. So X theory is for the negative person, Y theory is for the positive person. Already I already explained that. X theory people means it did not like to the job, or it did not like to anything work for them. For every time we say the instruct from the superior or boss. That's why we go for the X theory. And the X theory we give that information. Y theory, it is just give to the command from the superior, you follow that. It is called a Y theory. Then X theory and Y theory, what is the difference? Distinction between theory X and Y. Theory X is for the negative, theory Y is for the positive. So negative means
Guys, sir, போயிட்டு வரோம்.
சார் போயிட்டாரா?
Guys, sir இருக்காரா?
தெரியல, வாய்ஸ் அப்பப்போ பிரேக் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கு கண்டினியூஸா.
இல்ல ப்ரோ,
இல்ல அவர் லெஃப்ட் ஆயிட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
கால்லே இல்ல.
Okay, bro.
நம்மளும் லெஃப்ட் ஆயிடலாமா?
Hello,
Yes, sir.
students. Yes, yes, no, due to
Yes,
network
sir.
issue, we got declined. Okay. Can I visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Students?
visible, sir.
Okay. Next will be the discussed about for the Hertzberger two-factor theory. So two-factor theory is based on the this theory two kind of one. One is a hygienic factor, second one motivational factor. So theory, what's the main theme? So we want for the employee based on the two aspects. One is hygienic factors like for the better drinking water and restroom, and we go for the canteen facilities like for the safety and everything we want there. At the same time, we want for the motivational factors like for the incentives, bonus, increment, or salary revising, and we have the OT, overtime remuneration. This aspect we done. So that's why we have given for the hygienic factors, company policy and administration, types of supervision, salary, job security, status, and working condition. So working condition important. That working condition means we want for the proper all facilities as per Indian contractor facility given from the company. The following things like for the proper restroom, drinking water, and restroom also. We want for a proper ventilation also. We want that. That's why he mentioned for the Hertzberger author. Second one we have for the motivational factors like for the work itself. You give to the any work you want for the your work the job description like for the and achievements whether you able to achieve the goals or not. That is called the performance appraisal and the recognition. You have for the motivated for the non-monetary and we have recognition that person or not, and advancement you go for the anything you have completed means you give to the motivation themselves. For example, these goals we have achieved productivity, we are get for the revising of the salary or remuneration, other bonus will be increases. This kind of give to the advancement related information and growth response. So these are everything called Hertzberger two-factor theory, hygienic factors, motivational factors. Mac Clandon needs theory is achievement need, appreciation needs, and power needs. We want for the achievements needs, we want for the task, goals, or your desire, objectives, everything, how could you completed the target as achieved from the employee. That's why you want the appreciation needs. People want for the it is a recognition, it is formal way of system wise we have respectation and dignity, we have the information flow from the hierarchy, everything you follow the as a procedure wise. And the power and the need, so we want for the power, so we want for the particular person influence to other based on the this aspect. So we want for the particular knowledge or skills or ability, everything based on the determined for the need wise we have developed for the your career development as well develop for the job, that is called. Once you have the achievements for the particular criteria, particular destination, you are well knowledge and ability or skills is capabilities there, you go for next level promotion, you go for next level. That's why given there. Next one, V room expediency theory. V room expediency theory, valence, expediency, instrumentality. So we want for the motivation based on the valence, expediency, instrumentality. It is called the motivation. So that is called valence replace mean desire particular outcomes. Everyone we want the productivity. So productivity means we give to the your target, your achievements. So how to determine for the that's one. It is called maybe every individual give to the contribution. So individual contribution to the productivity or the department output. Second, the expectation. Company we expect from the employee based on the more productivity. So the more productivity, how to lead to the desired performance. That is a important for the everything. So this is for the second one, expectation and the instrumentality. So instrumentality based on the desire second outcome, that is called we know about for the relationship between the superior and the subordinate, what way of relationship built for the organization. That's very important. So these aspect we have discussed for the the expect from the every organization. Balance, expectancy, instrumentality. This is for the motivation. Object. For example, based on the family with some way of attitude. The environment is unfavorable, the way of attitude is different there. For example, you go for the movie within itself. You only go on movie, just you look at the movie in the and for break time and come back for your home. You go with movie with your friends, your attitude will be changed there based on that environment. So group of people or two or more people is there, the way of attitude and behavior changes in the environment. That is called the attitude. So attitude is the persistence, tendency to feel and behave in a favorable or unfavorable way towards some object, a person, ideas. That is called the attitude. So the attitude, what is the characteristics of attitude? So individual characteristics or feelings or belief will be changed there. Ultimately, the attitude also change there. Attitude based on the positive attitude, negative attitude. Positive attitude thinking about the positive way of they are able to achieve now, they are able to achieve the possible outcome there, they have able to achieve there. It is not able to achieve negative itself, your mind will not achieve there. Everything we want look out the positive perspective. The positive perspective means they are the positive perspective whether possible outcome they are based on the your working progress and in the possible for the environment support they are able to achieve or not. That is called positive way of thinking. Some people negative is not for everything, it is for the inferior complex but itself only. So you want to think about beyond yourself. That is called second negative and positive. Next, attitude influence behavior. That is called your attitude, your way of behavior reflect to others. That is called. You want for the your superior, your co-workers, your environment, social people, everything based on your attitude. Next, attitude are required through for the learning over a period of time. Everything we learn from the society. Everything, attitude or personality, everything we learn from society means you have to behave with others. That behave, you like it, you follow there. It's not like it, you not follow that. That is called before the attitude. Next will be that. Attitude is a attitude are the subject to change. The person having negative attitude towards a job due to cost some time, short and everything. So negative attitude we not retain for any job. We have the contravents be among for the co-workers or colleague or the superior everything. We want the positive attitude. So whatever things you think about your positive way, you go for the positive behave with the others. So next one, how are the attitudes formed? So personality, the factor influencing for the attitude formation. First of all, personality traits, direct experience, socio-economic background, and learning. So learning is called. So personality traits already we have discussed. Personality determined for the so inner and outer characters how to behave with others. That is called a personality. So personality traits vary from the one person to another person because of the nature of character, brisk, enthusiastic, energetic, and enterprising, ambitious, and creation. These are the everything varied from the one person another person. Someone personality people we have the much more knowledge and way of behavior. Someone other than it is not knowledge, but you have built to something, build up. That is called. You know about the personality. Second, direct experience. So direct experience is based on the experience in the day-to-day life. So we learn from the others. For example, like for the that people how to way of behave particular problem or issue, how to reaction from the superior, how to problem issued comes from the employee, what the way of behave with the superior. So this kind of everything direct experience. Otherwise, you have your own experience about for your practical life from your job or your working environment. Otherwise, your in society that is everything direct experience. Socio-economic background. You have the experience, you have the knowledge gathered from the your social firm that is called society. You learn about your attitude and behavior. That is what the way of behavior. Learning like for the it is continuous process from the others, the family, group, and next one learning the first one influence the family. What is the attitude? You want for the particular attitude from the your grandfather, father, and mother, your brother, the sister, whatever. Based on the that attitude, you follow there. That kind of decision making, that kind of attitude, that kind of speech or tone, whatever it you follow that from the your family person. Next one, influenced by peer groups. Peer groups, you have the you within your company or organization, you have your colleague or those are people who have some kind of attitude. You have it. That attitude you follow there. Influence the media. So media, the influence for the today in the world, today in our society, the media influence Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, and will be now you know about the TikTok is for a is banned by the government. TikTok and will be everything. That's why you followed from the everyone. That not for media is a entertainment. Media also media means movie is a entertainment one. It is not followed our practical life. It's different from practical life to the media, cinema, movie. It is a different. That is called. So many of the people who follow that way of attitude influence there. So these are the everything based on a factor influenced by the attitude formation. Next, related to work-related attitude. Work-related attitude based on the job satisfaction, job involvement, or organizational commitment. So, job satisfaction based on the your job or satisfied means based on you get from the your salary or remuneration. The salary or remuneration influence to the whether is satisfied with the job or not determined from everyone. That is called first one pay. Pay means remuneration salary. Second, nature of work. The nature of work, we have involvement that can it is for job satisfaction. You are not involvement, you are not interested. That job means you not get for the that job satisfaction. Decision making authority, you want for the decision making authority based on the you have the much more knowledge from that job. You have the decision making and the scope for initiative. So you are a motivated initiative based on the you learn about the job and you have the you are love with the job. That is important. The job is love. Also, we all learn about a lot of things from that work or job and opportunities for advancement. You have a much more knowledge that particular area or particular job. You go for the next level. It is called division of labor or specialization. You are specialized in that field. You are go for the next one. And the interpersonal leadership also, we want the relationship based on the your much more knowledge we have built to the relationship among to the other department, other section, everything. So these are the job satisfaction, job involvement. We want for involvement to the every work you have completed your task or your goals within a schedule of time. That's important. And strive to attain your is target. Target everyone give the for the marketing field given from the superior is the target. So able to achieve or not, they are able to achieve or not. That is based on the incentive and everything. And also you have the involvement. Also you think about the innovative idea, everything. For example, now you know about for the Swiggy, Smoto, Uber Eats. These are the app based on the involvement for the particular ideas or everything. That involvement you come there, we have the new idea, you develop the software and the app application. That's why it is important. So if everyone the involvement also we have no more the innovation. So new creativity idea thinking about that. The next one, organizational commitment. So we want for the commitment mean organize what's the expect from you. That is called you completed the task in this in the week or next week. So your work at place or your involvement and the commitment for the particular job, ultimately you are the completed your task under it. So we want for the organization committee. So low rate of absent is important there. Absenteeism we reduce that. We not get for the leave immediately because you taken by the leave. Ultimately your job will be lack. Lack means you not completed the schedule of the time. So you delay of the time. That's why we want for that low rate of absenteeism, low rate of labor turnover, and a low rate of complaints and grievances from the employee, avoidance of the strike and law. Those are the aspects we expect from the organization. These are the problem or the issues came for these are the points. Everything absenteeism, labor turnover, complaints and grievance, and avoid to strike and lockout. This is for the very essential for every organization. Follow that one. It is for the difficult to manage for the the work and behavior. So did not use, did not avoid for those are the points, everything. That is called organization. So audible, students?
Yes, sir.
Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, okay, okay. So next one, measurement of attitude. Okay, okay. So measurement of attitude, it is called scaling. Scaling means like for the, it is based on the, some measured based on the behavior wise. For example, in the, you have measure for the liter wise. What is it? We want for the attitude how to measure based on the rating scale. The rating scale means how much of expectation, how much of satisfaction from the job. So they based on the strongly agree, new, undecided, or the neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. These based on the everything measured from the everything measured from the employee attitude. So this is for the scaling. It is called Likert scale. This scale based on the you have used for the your MBA project. Like for the, you have the second year compulsory you do for the MBA project. That time you follow the scale, measurement of attitude scale. So what kind of measure for the satisfaction level? So this is for the scaling measure to the whether job satisfaction or expectation or everything based on the these are scale important. Next, functions of attitude. So functions of attitude, first one we know about for the to satisfy an ego, the provide utility. Utility means you have satisfied that one based on the your attitude and behavior to satisfy the one ego. So that is the ego means sometimes you have the think about the you have perceive particular things, expectation something that is called, we have that the cap is called ego. So we want for the ego we come there and the reflection. These are everything called based on the functions of attitude. Next one, attitude changes. So attitude changes, everything we not there. But next to we go for the values. Values means it's a criteria per person adapt making the evaluation or something or someone. For example, everything value based on the your attitude. Your attitude or your making of your behavior, that is called how to behave with others. That is called determined for the value. For example, X, what the way of behave with in organization. That value determined for the X, we know about that properly. We have the think about and everything based on the determined with the X value. The definition of value. So this is a mode of conduct.
Sir,
This is
can
a
you
specific
please
mode
show
of
that
conduct.
point on your PPT?
Yes, what do you want?
Can you please show that point on this PPT?
You did not screen. You do not see for the screen. Students, can I visible the screen or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Visible, sir.
Okay. Okay, next. So difference between attitude and values. Already both the values and attitude is a relationship based on the your attitude determined by the your values. So that is called values and attitude is interrelated. Is already given there. So both values attitude each other acquire the learned and both affect for the behavior people. Both are difficult to change. Both influence for each other. So value and attitude is for the everything determined for the individual perception and individual behavior. So this is for the value and the attitude. Next will be discussion about for the is not their moral factor influence moral is not their religion. Job satisfaction is not there. Next, we will discuss about further learning. So learning is a change in the behavior. Learning is a change in behavior as a result of experience or reinforced practice. For example, everything learning from others. It is called already. We have the in the learn from the society. So what the way of society means? Social people how to behave that follow it itself. But learning is a change in behavior as a result of experience or reinforced. Reinforced means someone influenced, whether social, whether peer group, family, or your friends, or neighbors, whatever it. That is called learning. Our learning is a change in behavior as a result of experience or reinforced practice. For example, employee skills, a supervisor, attitude, typist, manner, all are the learned. Employee skills based on what are the skills necessary for the manager, what are the skills required for the manager, students.
People management.
Yes,
Management skill.
management skill. What are the
Handling
skills required
peoples.
for manager?
Leadership.
Handling
Yes,
peoples.
leadership. Then
And
leadership, management skill. Any other?
Unity of command.
Unity of command. So that is called principles of 14 principles of unity of command. Okay, right. So requirements of managerial skills means like for the conceptual skill, technical skill, human skill. Conceptual skills mean thinking and analytical perspective from the any investment, decision making, policy making at all. It is called the analytical skill. We require for the top level management. The human skill, interpersonal relationship among for the employee with the other outside organization. That is, you require for every manager. Within organization, you have contact them, and the outside organization, other than people, we want for the other people like for the transport, outside transport or the logistic or the other than people like for without business other people, we have the build for the relationship, interpersonal relationship, and will be the technical skills, technical related technical knowledge. Like for the manager, you know about the what is the knowledge about for the particular job. We don't know in-depth knowledge, but we know about for the particular knowledge in the lower level department, production or operation or in the production unit, whatever it you know about them. So the manager may necessary for those are skills, technical, human skill, and analytical thinking and analytical. That is conceptual skill. So conceptual, human skill, technical skill required for every manager. That is important there. But learning is the therefore acquisition of knowledge, skills, experience, and etc. And the reinforcement, strength, and in tendency certain aspect of learning behavior. That is called. For example, what do you mean by training? What do you mean by training? Anybody?
to acquire knowledge about the tools that being used.
Yeah. So we acquire the knowledge. So you don't know knowledge about the particular job. The training is the learning of knowledge, acquiring knowledge for the particular job. That's why it is for learning. We don't know particular job related knowledge, but if we know, but if we not thoroughly don't not for the particular job. Theoretically learn about from your degree or your degree or any subject, but if you don't know practical way, you go and learn and for the particular knowledge. It is called training. So learning is a continuous process. We learn about things. According to the Stephen Robbins, learning learning is any relatively permanent change. In learning, any relatively permanent change in behavior that occurs as a result of experience or reinforced practice. practice. Already that is the experience, you know, you do that. You don't know when reinforce it. Reinforce, no, learn from other learning definition. Learning is any relatively permanent change in behavior that occurs as a result of experience or reinforced practices. So next, components of learning. Components of learning. So these are the definition we have given the components. Learning involves the change in good or bad. For example, you learn about the knowledge, whether good or bad, based on the you have perceived for the particular information. For example, you know about the fire. Fire means there's not like that, but people in child, just you have a touch for the fire means you know about that. Fire means is for the affected. So that's why you have learned from the that fire. So this is for the, but learning is whether change for learning involves change is good or bad. Second one, relatively permanent change. Whether it's your behavior change and they totally change there. Other way temporarily change your behavior. Already with the way of behavior yourself. Now you know about for the your working places, you know about for the some behavior itself you adopted your behavior. That is called. So acquire through for the experience, everything you have the learn through for the experience only. For experience only will learn from others. That is called. Already you are learning from that one work means you do it fast. For example, you are working in particular organization, very fair, 20,000 salary. But you go for another organization, you give to the salary 25,000. Why? So you know about it. They are know about the information, the job description. You suddenly we have appointed, we cannot give to the training program what at all. But we require for the manpower particular job. That is called we have the give for the 5,000 or 10,000 to 15,000 give the additional more salary and appointed for that person. That is called based on the experience. So experience necessary for the learning. The other thing learning. For example, learning is a continuous process because of we learn for the want to in the end of the death. We learn about not everything. For example, learning childhood learning for the play for games and everything, and education also learn schooling, and the college you go for learning. After go for the job related knowledge learning. After a marriage, you learn about the family and the behavior from the relatives, neighbors, or colleague, or whatever. You learn about everything. After that, a household, then will be your son or daughter. We learn about that behavior, and will be how to grow for that son and behavior. You learn about the investment related. You are learning. So these are everything you learn about the throughout life. That is called learning. But learning is a continuous process throughout life. It is called. Next, learning is a lifelong process. You know about the learning. We want continuous for the learning for the our life. Next one, kinds of learning. Kinds of learnings, we have the two kinds. One is a non-association learning, association learning. For non-association learning, for example, it will be for the and association learning. For example, you look out for you go for the one place to another place in within the vehicle. So you go for the traffic signal. The traffic signal we have the no for the anything. Everything you have look out for the LED light. You represent for the this signal green or red or will be the yellow, and also reflected for the image. This way you go for the walk. That is public. You walk for the green signal walking. So everything is an association. Association means the dot line represent for some picture or image. It is called. You will learn about the particular things. But you have to understand green is move, red is stop, yellow is speed way. That is called you learn from the traffic signal. So this is for the associative learning. Non-associative learning, the single stimulus we not for the variation. For example, one person to another person based on the is the variation among for the behavior, attitude, and everything at all. This way. Next one, determinants of learning. What are the factors determines learning? So first one, motive. Motive means everything you have the urge to prompt action. That is urge to prompt action. We know about for the inspiration about yourself. Everything motive. Prompt people to action the learning. So if you learn about the job knowledge, you will have completed. That is yourself, your motive itself only. And the stimuli. So stimuli means it is for probability for the possible outcome from the your learn about for the something. It is for the it is stimuli. Next one will be the discrimination. Discrimination discrimination relating to the particular one thing to another thing. For example, dress code also. Dress code like for the variation based on the light shirt and black pant. Other is a light pant and black shirt. Black means dark shirt. This is what normally we follow that. Some contraventions, dark pant, dark shirt. It is more a contrast, discrimination. We have the, what is the way of, that is called. And this is for the discrimination of next response we want for the physical observation. Everything response we want that. For example, you talk to your friends. That side you have the response yes, okay, yes. That's why you have response from your telephone conversation or a mobile conversation. We don't know a response from that side means we not learn, we not continue for the conversation or talking for anything. So that is a response important. And the reinforcement, whether you have the positive or negative, whatever thing you have influence for your mind, you whatever your information before you know about it, you do that. We don't know means negative way of behavior. So we want for the your mind itself, that is called reinforcement. And the retention, and the retention means the learn about the particular knowledge you have remember and your throat your learning of process, that is called retention. So these are the points for the determinants of learning. First one motive, second stimuli, third one response, fourth one reinforcement and retention. Next we go for the learning theories. Students,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Sir.
learning theories is important one. First of all, the theories, classical conditioning theory, learning theories. So in the theory, we have classified only four theories. First one, classical conditioning theory. Classically conditioning theory, they are developed by Ivan Pavlov, a Russian psychologist, is developed this theory. So these theories, what is the main things? You conducted for the two things. One is for the, you conducted for the two people means two we have discussed. One is for the dark, another one for the that. So one is for the dog, another one will be a ring bell. So this is an experiment based on the sound of experience. Footstep. You have the walk for the your step. Also we have identify from the dog. So what is the main thing? The every time you will ring the bell and the steps you come there give to the non-veg meat, that is called with the non-veg give to dog. So dog will be eating. Every time ringing the bell, give to the food. Ringing the bell, give to the food. At the same time, step you walk to the one place to you have identified. So we come, you walk from the my owner, you give to the food. Food means non-veg. So we give to the meat, that is called. So you have understand from the the dog. Every time ringing the bell, they get for the food. One time ringing the bell, but not give to the food. So at that time, what is there that the dog becomes their salvage. Salvage means umilnir. Umilnir comes from the dung. That is called. Nakulande umilnir we have come there. So this is called understand from the Ivan Pavlov. Is a sound of experiments. Footsteps you have from the dog identify, that is called classical conditioning theory. So condition number one, ringing the bell, get the food. So if not, the bell is ringing, but not give to the food. So they have understood that is not will give for eating for the food. This is for the classically conditioning theory. Students, have you understood? Yes or no? Students, yes. Okay. Next one, operation conditioning theory. Operation conditioning means whether operation everything is the if condition. For example, you go for a, if for
Sir, you're
example, if
not showing this screen, right?
Yes? What do you want? Yes, yes. Divya, tell me what to say that.
You're not showing us the
Yes,
screen,
ma.
right? Okay.
Screen not share. I will be these notes and everything your book. Okay. Okay. You have the book. You will be in the book related notes. I explain. Okay. Okay. Second theory, operation conditioning theory. This theory based on the condition theory. For example, if condition. If condition means whether yes, do it. Whether no, did not do it. Already we know about that. For example, you go for ATM. Whether it's insert for your ATM code, whether it's accepted for the ATM code, whether you go for the language selection or will be the PIN number, whatever you go there. That is the main thing, the if condition. Whether it's acceptance, you go for the another things. Whether not accepted, please insert properly. Please insert the code properly. It is stable. For everything is called a conditioning, if condition theory. Condition 1, yes means you do that. Condition no, it is called do not. It is a favorable means you do it. It's unfavorable means you do not it. Everything. Based on the C program and the Java, everything, they give to the command properly, you get for the output or the display for the your command. Whether it's improperly give to the command, we not get for the result. This is for the unfavorable. This is for the if condition. Whether you go for the everything if condition. For example, we use for all the software also if condition. Whether yes, you do it. Whether no, did not do that. It is for. Next one, operation and will be the behavioral learning theory. So the behavior mean watching and observation from the superior. So this observation based on the person how to work within the organization based on the theory we described, behavioral learning theory. Next one, cognitive learning theory. Cognitive learning theory means knowing for the knowledge or skills required for the particular job or not. That is called cognitive learning theories. For example, so you learn about the first aid. Then you learn about the particular things based on the cognitive. For example, you ask from the interviewer. Interviewer asks the questions based on the cognitive learning theory. So whether you know about that information or not. Whether no means how can there is information you have there. We have the much more knowledge or not. That's why he asked for an in-depth question and everything. So this is for the cognitive learning. So these are the everything are theories of learning. So first one is the classical conditioning theory. Second one observation learning theory. Third one cognitive learning theory. Students, yes.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have the material, your IDE notes, that means of book, soft copy or hard copy?
Sir, we do have hard copy, sir.
So anybody take quick and send it, I will be explained that way. I have the notes, I will be explained there. Remaining you send it, you follow that. Anyone have your material? Material means IDE book.
Yes, sir. I have this.
So okay, and not at all issue. We go for another topic. I have the someone communication. Okay. So communication. Already we discussed the communication. Anybody what do you mean by communication? Already we discussed it.
Exchange of thoughts.
Exchange of thoughts. Exchange of thoughts. Okay. So communication is the process of exchange of goods, exchange of ideas, of feelings, thoughts, and emotion between a one or more person. It is a process for exchanging between the one or more person. That is for the ideas, feelings, thought, and the emotion. It is called the communication. Normally, communication is not enough, but we want for the communication from feedback. So communication is a response result that is called important. So it is for the communication is a process, is a individual or groups, between individual and groups, the exchanging between the those people, that response and the understand response result important. But a response result means if we want for the feedback. So just I say that it is for the one-way communication. It is a exchange of information from myself to others. That is whether they are understand or not. True for the feedback. That is important. So next we have the communication process or elements of communication. Process means, what do you mean by process? What is the process? Anybody?
The procedure to follow.
Procedure followed. Good. Any other?
A process will help us to not to deviate from whatever it has been done already.
Yes.
Only the changes can be done.
Yes. 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 Good. So process means it's a systematic procedure. Okay. Any deviate to that one. Everything is connectivity of activity. It is called the process. Okay. Everything. So connectivity or the inter relationship or inter chain act of activity. For example, communication process or elements of process mean we are connecting for the sender to receiver. Sender means the message, the information who have shared with others. That person is called the sender. Receiver means who want ultimately the information from the sender. That person receiver. So that is information, how to flow of the information from sender to receiver. It is a connectivity of activities or chain of activities called the process. Now we know for the communication process: sender, encoding, channel, receiver, decoding, and will be feedback. Sender is a person, message person. You have the person message um, create and send to the receiver. Message means information. Encoding means what the way of translate, that is called. Sender we want for oral way or written way, that is called encoding. Channel, what the channel, whether media, whether it's a newspaper or magazines or letter or email or WhatsApp or Twitter, whatever. Or receiver. Receiver means who is your ultimate audience, or who is your receiver, a person. That person has that. Decoding, whether what is the ability of or capacity or capability of that person. Whether you have the knowledgeable person, whether you have the completed for the degree or whatever. Whether the ability, have you understood for the particular information or not. That is called decoding. That's why given for the that information it is called message or information. It is called the elements of communication. So elements or process of communication. Process means connectivity. Sender connected to the encoding, encoding connected to channel, channel connected to receiver, receiver connected to decoding, decoding it is for the ultimately connected to feedback, feedback connected to sender. It is connected to without feedback. It is called will be one-way communication. With feedback, two-way communication. So we want every organization is followed by the two-way communication. That is called. So elements of communication, you have the sender message one by one, sender message encoding, channel receiver decoding. This is the element. So the communication process or the element process of communication means those are the points connecting to the arrow mark, connecting to the each and every point. It is called the process. Next will be what do you mean by formal communication? Kinds of communication. First one, formal. What is the formal? Anybody?
Related to business, formal communications.
What do you mean by formal? Generally, I ask you. Anyone?
Regarding our role inside the organization.
Regarding
Following rules and regulations.
Role inside of the
rules and
organization.
regulation. Yes, yes. Following rules and regulation. Good. Any
Yes,
other?
follows an it's an a structural process about to follow up the regarding rules and regulations.
Structure followed that regarding for the rules and regulation. Okay. Right. Okay. It is for formal means it is you follow to the systematic procedure. That is you follow to the he say that for the protocol. So the what is the rules and regulation or procedure you follow to the everything you have the as a protocol or the is a procedure systematic procedure. So the formal communication, we are informed to the as per the so protocol. For example, in the top level, middle level, lower level, the information from the top level to middle level to lower level to according to the employee or workers, you know about what that information. That is called following the procedure. It is called. That is called the formal communication. The formal communication again we have classified. We have that one is for the vertical communication, horizontal communication. The vertical communication, the information flow from the top level to lower level to middle level, and top level. This is for the vertical. And then we have the vertical communication, upward communication, downward communication. Upward communication means the lower level information to middle level, other either for the top level. The information flow from the lower to the middle or high and upper level. Then same downward communication, the information from the middle and the upper level to lower level. It is called the downward communication. Next one, horizontal communication. Horizontal communication, the similar position to the various department people. You have the information sharing. Those people. That is called the horizontal communication. For example, marketing manager, human resource manager, production manager, and will be finance manager. Those are manager communicating regarding for the information. It is called horizontal communication. That is called among the position of the same level of organization, that is information sharing them, that is called the horizontal communication. Next one, informal communication. What do you mean by informal? Anybody idea? What do you mean by informal? Formally you say that you follow to the rules and regulation procedure. What is informal? Generally I ask you. What is informal?
The way we communicate against the organization rule.
Yeah, one more, Divya, what's that? The way to?
The way we communicate against the organizational rule.
Way to communicate against the organization rules. Yes. So informal communication or the grapevine communication mean we not follow to any rules and regulation for the information. It is for the social interaction. For example, spontaneously relationship among the people. For example, like for the Facebook. Facebook also informal communication, not for requirement. So your friends also require for the degree completed. Those are the friends in our Facebook. That's not that. Your close friends, your neighbors, your relatives, whoever have the interested, you like it. You have a friendship list will be there. That is called. This is for the informal communication. So this is for the informal communication. The informal communication, the network based on the chain network. Chain is a connectivity to one person. The reference is going there. The vertical way will be. Upper wheel network, we have the four region, for north, south, east, west ways. We have network, we have developed based on this. Some, for example, marketing general manager. We have the network developed with marketing manager, south marketing, west east, south. So based on this same aspect, your friendship also will be North Madras, East, West, South. So this is for the, we have the informal communication. We do not have the any rules and regulation or bonding with anything. We have socially we connecting those are people is called a informal communication. Next one will be the methods of communication. So methods of communication we have classified two things. One is oral communication. Second one is the written communication. What do you mean by oral communication?
Communicate with the
Oral
person face to face.
communicate within the conversation about the spoken or will be the for the conversation between the people. That is a face to face interview.
Your voice is breaking, sir.
Or will be directly we contact to the conversation, everything oral communication. Oral message through the spoken words. Spoken words, it is called oral communication. Students, so oral communication is a conversation between the people. Like for the oral communication, interview, face-to-face conversation, everything is oral communication. So this is for the oral communication based on the merits. What are the merits? Padana we have discussed for the economical. So suddenly we have the communicate for the one person to other person or group of person, and the personal touch we connecting for the that is called oral communication. What is say Madhuna? What is say that? Students, what is the message? Okay. So next one is speed. Speed means immediately we have the communicate them. That is called oral communication. Flexibility. We want for the communicate as per the flexible time and the flexibility, and that will be the quick response. So quickly we have the response. And the demerits. Lack of record. We not for the evidence to in future. Time consuming. Time consuming means we want for the consuming for the time. So we take for the lot of time, your conversation and everything. Length of the message we morely talk about the oral communication. The physical distance, we have the people with one place to another place, we have the distance. Misunderstanding will lead to for the oral communication. This aspect will be the demerits. Written communication is a transmit of through the written words. The written words from the like for the letter, circular, memo, bulletin, and code, will be brochure, everything, handbook, report, everything between the sharing with the one person to another person. Written communication. What is the merits? Effectiveness. Merits means written communication. You give it to the clarity of the information, length of messages. You have it clearly and explain briefly about for the that information. Economically, we have the good for the you have understood for the everyone, and the repetition. So we want for the word will be repetition based on the major theme, permanent record. You have the evidence go for the future, better response for their merits. Demerits, it is for the time consuming means we have the more timing taken from the written communication and followed the response from the others. Expensive, it is spent with a lot of money. We have the spending from the organization. Inflexibility, return communication will not change to anything at all time of activities. Little security, the information is not for secured one. It is for changing, and information will be interchanging to the various people. Lack of personal touch also will be there. Misunderstanding for the personal return communication. These are everything called return communication demerits. Next, in the gestal communication, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means without any oral or written. We have the acting for the facial expression, and will be eye movement and the gestures and body expression. We are represent for the that way communication. Next one, discuss the effective communication. So effective communication, first of all, we want for the sound organization structure. Sound organization on the organizational hierarchy. Who's a superior and whom to report who. That is called span of management, and will be superior, subordinate, department and division, everything detailed. We will explain about for the organization hierarchy. They have communicated the proper from the top level, middle level and the lower level. Clear messages, given the message from the clearly to the audience. Who is the audience? So the employees give the information properly, we follow to the protocol. Two-way communication, we want for the two-way communication, we want the feedback. Without feedback cannot to understand to anything. We want for the feedback, that is called. So it have understood or not, that is why we want that each and everything. Next will be multiple channels, the chain of command create for the delay. So we want for the proper communication. We want for the particular channel, we follow that. We go for another channel, communication overload, we not understood for the information, we not reach for the communication. For example, we go for the second, third, and fourth. Some people you give them more information, you will have that. But you send to others, we have the missing text. Missing text. What is that? Some information you not missing, you waiting. Once you have the clear, then will be the message will be clear. That is called. This is for the multiple channel. So what the way of communicated to the information. Whether it's a very short line, we follow that. Very long line, we go for the what the way of communication. Good listening. If you want good listening means the information have a clarity, at the same time if all the receiver would listen to that information have understood or not. That's important. Effective control, we want for communication what the way of going there. So the proper way of direction, upward or downward, horizontal or diagonal, what the way of communication from the organization itself. Next, modern instrument, we want for the modern instrument like for the electronics devices, computer, intercom, telex or mail, whatever it. So we want that what kind of mode you follow there your communication within the organization other than your organization. Human relation attitude is important. So we want to develop the human relation attitude within the organization, how to build and will be maintain for the smooth relationship among to the employee. That is important. So this is for the effective communication. Next one we discussed for the next one group dynamics. Group dynamics. Students, have you understood communication?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next, group dynamics. What do you mean by group? What do you mean by group?
A set of people.
A set of people. Yes. Any other? Set of people. Good. Only one person is say that for the set of people. Okay. Other than? So set of people. Good.
Said many people join together to achieve some goal or something like that.
Some goal, something like that. Something like that. What that?
Sir, people gathering together.
Desired goal, they need to achieve
Yes.
some desired goal
Achieve
for that.
desired goal. Yes. Achieve desired goal. So that is called. So two or more individual. Two or more individual, either interacting or interdependence, who have come together to achieve their particular objectives or desired goal. Good. Yeah, that is called a group. Of a group means two or more individual. Two or more individual interacting and interdependent. Interacting and interdependent who have come together. Who have come together to achieve the desired goals. That is called the group. Group. The group we found that we have the group classified formal, informal group. Formal group we have followed to the as per the systematic rules and regulation and the procedure we follow that. That is called a formal group. Informal group we know about for example in a regular college you have the academic wise you have the formal WhatsApp group is there. But the students we have the informal group that is called without teachers we not have the students itself we have the some group that is called informal group like that. So formal group we have the professors and will be the all the HODs or department HOD and all the things people have. It's a formal group. Informal group we have the only students itself we have the group. It is called informal group. So a formal group is followed by the as a systematic procedure and policy everything. It is called will be informal group. You have the structurally we have the design structurally we have developed and jointly for the particular group. It is called the informal group. Next will be the types of groups. So command group, task group, interest group, friendship group. Command group means it is called everything for the commanding. So that superior command to subordinate. So have the direct contact to the manager. Everything. The superior means manager. Everything is command. Based on the command for the work related desired goals, how to achieve it through for the schedule of time. So this is for the command group. Task group. So everyone we want the group wise task will be there. Task means how to achieve the desired goals with the schedule of time. You want that. That is called will be task group. And interest group. Whoever want for that work we have voluntarily we come to take and do it. That is called interest group. For example, in college days, who are interested for NSS program, who are interested for in the cultural activities, who are interested for the voluntary in the particular work. Those are interested, we come and jointly or come and for friend and we do it. This is for the interest group. Interest group, we have the interested to the any new assigning job. We have the interested for the new schedule or new uh, section, whatever it, who are interested to come it and come to the join and you have desire to achieve or desire course and develop the productivity. Friendship group. So friendship group based on the your attitude and behavior similar way you develop the group within the organization. That is a friendship group. For example, your friend with X with friend with Y means what does that mean? X had an attitude and behavior similar way to the Y attitude and behavior. That's why you develop for a friendship. X attitude different to Y attitude different. We not develop the friendship. Just he is my colleague within the organization. They're not developed for the friendship group. So friendship group, similar attitude and behavior. One that way you have create for the group. This is for the types of group. Students,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
have you understood?
Yes, sir, we got it.
Okay. Next we will go for the work group behavior. Work group behavior. We know about for the group behavior based on the internal and the external conditions. So in the internal condition and the external condition we have in the organization. For example, in the within the external means like for the without society, that is not our problem, any issues within working hours or working condition with the internal. So internal, what is the, we follow that first of all. Then the organization system, we know about the system, whether it's a top level, middle level, lower level. It is for level of management. So the level of management, you know about for the hierarchy, who's a superior and who report to whom, everything we know about that. That he follows to the rules and regulation and the procedure and everything. That's why we want that for the organization system. The organization system, first one, organization strategy. So organization strategy, what is the main thing? The outline and the goals of attaining for the through for the subordinate or all the employees. We want the organization this year more productivity. For the last year comparative, you have developed the productivity. So what the way of plan, what the way of go and work that. That's for the organization strategy. Next one, we for the authority structure. So who reports to whom? That is called who make the decision. What decision individual or group empowered to make the goals? That is called. This is for the who report to whom. That's the important way. So who superior and whom is for the superior, who is the workers. We want the relationship properly. We have that. Then will be you have to do that work. Okay. So, but the proper relationship there, that is called, we want for the authority structure and the formal regulation. So, formal regulation we want for the impose rules of procedure, policy, job description, and the forms of regulation. Whether we have the behavior pattern and working condition, that is important to everything. So each and everything we want for the formal regulation. Then we organizational resources. We want for the resource, man, machine, material, method, money. So we want properly you utilize, you develop for the output and the get for the more profit. That's why important to every organization. So you go for, that's why very essential part to the every organization. Next will be the human resource selection process. What do you mean by selection? Anybody? What do you mean by selection? You are
Person with
working in the
selecting the person and the criteria for which the job has to be done.
Like choosing someone for the desired job, for doing the
students.
Right candidate.
Yes, what do you mean by
Yes,
selection?
sir.
Yes, what do you mean by
Right
selection?
candidate for right job. Right candidate for the right job, sir.
Right
choosing the
candidate
right
for right
person.
job. That is selection.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, 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 yes. Ankisha, tell me what is that?
What's choosing a person for a
Choosing the
particular job.
particular job. Yes. So selection, you say there is a, it's a process of searching for the potential candidate. You select the particular job in an organization. It is called potential candidate. But is a simply said right person at right place at right time. That's why selection. So who are essential for the potential candidate? We have elect for this. Those are out of candidate. You fit for the particular job and it is for a selection. So we want the process also. Performance evaluation divide system. Uh, Performance evaluation and reward system, if you know about it. The evaluation, performance appraisal evaluation, whether able to achieve the task or not. Whether achieved means we give to the incentives or bonus or incentives or additional benefits, what monetary benefits, whatever it. Whether it not achieved means what to do. That is called performance appraisal, important one. So, so everything based on the performance appraisal you develop for the employee development or not. This is important. Organization culture. So culture means it's a defined standards or acceptance employee behavior. So they want for the understand about for the what's the working condition, what's the way of behavior, what is the rules and regulation, what is the time keeping for the your working time and leaving the time, everything, and the physical working setting. So we want for the working setting also we follow that. So these are for everything. It is called work group behavior. Next one, stages of group development. So the stages of group development, how to develop the group. For example, group means two or more people, that is called two or more individual interacting and interdependence who have come together to achieve the desired result, desire goals, and it is called group. So how to create for this group, another stages of group development. First one, farming. Farming means it is for the group purpose, structure, and leadership. The members think themselves part of group. So farming and the storming. After that, we have the conflict or within the group. We have the anything we have rectified from the leader. Leader means the lead to the group. Farming, storming, norming. Norming means is a relationship developed for the group, demonstrated within the people. Performing. After that, we have the completed your task or desire goals or task. That is called performing. So this is next adjoining. So final stage, your group will be performing in kite task. We go for the adjoining. So the group will be a, for example, you know about for within the IT company, in these kind of followed the stages of group development. You are coming with a team leader. You are very well productivity for the every day and will take for the lead properly from the team leader. But you are working very well. Means next you go for then the team leader take for another project. So that time you are involvement. You are already the team is there because of you are very well work as well as you give to the more productivity. But if another one people will not properly productivity at the same time properly get the leave and what at all. So we not interested means we not come to the another project. This is to happen to the IT company. So we want for the stages of group development: forming, storming, norming, performing, and joining. This is for the thing about for the each and every group members. Next will be discussed for the group member resources. So group members resources we want for the abilities important. So ability, skills or knowledge they are able to achieve the particular job or task, and the personality characteristics whether we want know about for the individual character like for the energetic and the competitive goal oriented, and will be performance for the group task and everything we want that is important. Group process. The group process means it is considered to the understanding and the communication between the group members. We want for the leadership behavior, our dynamic and the flexibility within the group is important to the group processes. And the synergy, the group members we give to the meaningful productivity from the everyone within the group members, that is called synergy. Next one, group task. Task will be a simple and complex. There we want for the individual wise task you have completed and the group task they have completed for the your group. So this is for the for group member resources. So these are the points we consider to the every group members. So this is for the today we have discussed about the group dynamics. Students,
Sir, could you please share the material whichever you presented now?
in the last class I will share everything. Okay, I have for the everything I shared already. That material developed by your IDU book, not separately anything. I guys share it. You don't worry. Next class, if you come in after finished for the class, I share it all the PPT.
Okay.
Okay. So okay, right. The students, any doubts? Okay, Allah, I hope that all of you understood for today class. Thank you, everyone. So tomorrow classes holiday because Bakrid. Students,
Your
tomorrow.
voice is breaking.
Okay, sir.
Got it, sir.
Sir, if tomorrow class is holiday, then when will you share the PPT and notes?
Tomorrow day you given the leave, so this is due for the Bakrid festival. So give
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Your voice is not audible, sir.
okay.
Sir, if you could share the PPT by now, it will be helpful for us, sir.
Okay, students. So we have go for the next class. Yes, tomorrow is holiday for Bakrid festival. Okay, so not have any class.
Then when will be the next
Then
class,
when
sir?
I inform through for the through your formal communication through via website. Okay, we mentioned postpone on class so and so date. Tomorrow, what's the date? In the 10th classes postpone today. This is for go for the next day. You mention for the date. Okay, you don't worry about. So
can I
next
get your
class.
contact
Yes,
number, please?
yes.
Can I get your
Yes.
contact number, please?
Yes. To look at the. Okay. Now you given there. You how you take it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So next class we go for discussion of upcoming classes.
Sir,
Yes.
can we add you in MBA WhatsApp group so that you can share the documents there?
Yes, you add it my number, I will be sharing. No problem.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot.